Hello. Evening, Karen, Kim on, Claire Bear,
everybody.
Gemma, Steve I've seen on, Amelia I've seen on, Mary I've seen on. Hello. Andy, hello. How are you all this evening? We are going to be joined in a bit by
Simon from GS Paranormal.
Simon from GS Paranormal. Because he's just sat, just doing his own thing at minute. So yes, evening Mick.
Hi,
how are you? Hope you're well. So we're just coming on for another little chit chat. Evening Antoinette. Talk about up and coming things that we've got to do. Evening Rachel. We're going to be going to some amazing locations.
Evening
Amy, Sissy,
Sharon,
Angie, Karen. Oh, said hi to Karen already. But Jess, evening John, Lindsay, and Simon.
Hi, Steve. I hope you're well this morning.
Exploring, that's got to be the Carol or Joanne that's come on as exploring the. Oh, it might not be. Might not be. Evening Maligator, Bewitched. Hello. Hope you're all staying safe. We are, my lovely Tracy. Hello, my sweetie. Hello, Simon. Yes, so we are going to be talking about up and coming locations that we're going to be going to, and whatever else that comes across our way in chit chat tonight. Evening, Ange, Penny, Julie, BT.
Good evening, everyone. I can see properly now.
Can you see properly?
Only thing is, though, if you have chat up on YouTube, you can't see chat on Facebook.
No, you can't.
You can if you've got two computers like me.
Well, you can if you, exactly.
And if you put it on your phone.
Yes.
You know.
So, how are you feeling today, Simon?
Bit sore-headed.
Hi, Mags.
Evening, Mags. Welcome to our ETA family, my lovely, and Mr. GS Paranormal himself. Evening, Johnny. No sound. Not sure why.
Callan Young. I can't be done with these shout-outs. The problem is, when
not sure, Johnny, why there's no sound.
Probably got his sound turned down.
Volume up.
Yeah.
Might be his volume.
Has everybody else got sound okay?
Evening,
can you all hear and see us okay? Will you just let us know?
Be back in a bit. Won't be long, no problem, Julie. Evening, Carol. So we are going to be going to a location called the
You're looking at me for I
can't remember the name. Come on, Simon. Care room, is it?
Yeah, the care room.
The care room. Yes. This is one that we've never been to, and it's been kindly gifted to us by John and Joe from Sixth Sense Paranormal.
Sixth Sense Paranormal. John Sixth Sense. Spirit meets science.
He'll forgive me, and he knows it's too long for me to keep saying. So we are going to be going.
Everybody knows anyway.
To what?
Oh, Johnny's.
I know they do. Evening, James. Barry, hello. Yep, loud and clear. Good.
While we're here, I think we ought to add somebody.
Yes.
Hey, all right, guys.
Good evening. How are you?
John.
Talk of the devil.
I'm just talking. I've just started a watch party on my page, so you should get a load of people coming in shortly.
Yeah, you're now called Sixth Sense Paranormal, according to Lindsay.
Originally back in 1999, I used to own a ghost hunting company called Sixth Sense Paranormal back in 99.
See, I'm covered. I know, I'm a psychic. I said it.
Well, that's it. Yeah. You must be. How are we all?
We're all good. We were just actually saying about a location that you've letting us, that you've kindly gifted, as I called it, the care home. And we were just saying, because we've never been, we're really, really looking forward to go in once this lockdown's over.
I've
And
got tons for you guys,
hopefully,
honestly. I've got tons for you. We got.
I'll end up shitting myself, John.
In all seriousness, it might not. It might not have transferred very well on camera, the actual feeling we got in that place. But honestly, it's the scariest place I've been in. And I've been all over the world doing it, and it was the most scariest place I've ever been. So.
Wow. Now don't give me that golden nugget, because I'll be like, I'm waiting, car.
I want to see Simon shitting himself. That's what I want to see.
I know. Don't. Simon jumped at John's shadow when we were out of the week, didn't you, Simon?
Oh, I'm always jumping at shadow.
And then do that when you were holding K2 meter and all, and K2 meter were going off, and you weren't right happy about it.
Well, I had to pass it to you, but it's getting a bit too much for me. It was freaking me out a bit, and all the other, because we couldn't fathom it out. We kept trying different things to find out why this K2 was going off. It was like the light, the camera, or the phone, and everything we tried, we turned the lights off. That didn't work, did it?
Yeah.
You know, we
didn't. We tried all sorts.
And because we couldn't debunk it, I thought, there's something fishy going on here, getting a bit spooky and that. You know, you can't debunk this.
Antoinette. Well, Antoinette's put hi John twice in one day. I'm lucky. Well, you're going to get even luckier later.
Yeah.
By the way, it's not Antoinette. Her name's Wi-Fi now.
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Because Dano flipped up and called it internet last night, so she's called Wi-Fi.
Yes, he did.
And I was saying that good job your middle name's not Sky, because you keep going down all the time.
Oh, bless poor Annette. Poor Annette.
Antoinette. See, everybody gets a name wrong. Wi-Fi. It's easier.
Do you know, I'm going to go back to bed. Do you know, I had a couple of drinks last night. I had these Hobgoblin drinks. Hobgoblin.
Beers.
Tell me what you were doing, Lindsay.
And but it made me a little bit poorly. And now I just feel so tired because I shouldn't drink alcohol anyway, but it just makes me feel so tired now. So if I yawn, I apologize. I'm not being bored or anything. I'm just still slightly hungover from a couple of beers. But yeah, so she's her Wi-Fi's put the guys.
Why ain't John got an hangover?
We all know that John should be drinking. Oh, that John.
Yeah.
I only had 3 bottles of that Crabbies.
Yeah.
Ginger beer.
Hope you're well, Stuart. Ginger beer. Yes.
Joe's just said she wishes she could have come on, but she's having a lie down. She's got an headache. Joe's actually a massive fan of Simon's, you know.
I don't know.
I know.
I don't know why.
Don't you go nicking my woman, Simon, or you'll be in trouble. She's a big fan of yours, mate.
I'm gay. I'm gay. No, I'm gay.
Best of both worlds, mate.
Exactly. That's it. Simon's got best of both.
Bats for both teams, don't you, mate?
All I'm a bisexual. If I want sex, I have to buy it.
Do you know? Simon, you're going to have to change that one. You've said that from day one.
You get people coming on that's never heard it before. So
you do.
You have to repeat yourself on YouTube that many times. I didn't realise that when I first started. You know, that you do have to repeat yourself. Because
Bewitched says you've been creepy, Simon.
You get new followers and, you know, so you do repeat yourself.
Simon.
What?
Simon. Penny's put, you can't, she's put, you can't, Simon, you get cramp.
I know.
That's because John, other night on a live, or a couple of weeks back, Simon said he couldn't do anything because he gets cramp in his leg anyway. So Penny's remembering what he said.
He gets cramp halfway through, so it's no good anyway.
I get it in the screen. go into crampness for some reason.
Do you know?
My sexual days are over. I give up.
There's someone in my, I don't know if your mods are on it. There's someone in chat that I'd keep an eye on.
Right, no worries.
No worries.
If you want to make a name, John, and then I can message to mods and then they can sort it up.
You'll see in a sec.
Oh.
We're looking now. We're all eagle-eyed looking at it.
I know. I'm like ready. But yeah. Oh, nice to see you laughing and looking better, John. Hope you're doing well.
Radio.
From our Claire Bear.
I've just inboxed you, John.
Cheers, mate.
Welcome
to
my
lovely
Paranormal Talk Radio.
Thank you, Paranormal Talk Radio. Just become a member. Mary's here doing some cleaning. So, John, do you know this? You just said that were one of the scariest locations you've been to, right?
Mm. Psychologically,
take that one out of it.
It weren't the fact of seeing stuff. It was just.
Morgan.
I felt it was just honestly, you can't explain it. You can't. You can watch the video and think, well, it don't look that scary, but I couldn't wait to get out of there.
Yes.
Horrid.
Bloody hell. What other places have you been to then where you've had where have you been when you've been abroad, John? Have you been to America, or is it more Ireland?
All of it will.
Places like that.
One of the most intensive and probably psychological was Auschwitz. Because they always talk about when you go in that, the rumour that there's no plant life and no birds and anything anywhere near it. And you actually walk up to the place and it's true. And it's like, well, what's causing this? And you walk down in these steps and there's all these, the Jewish children used to take the shoes and cut some of the hair and put it on the side. And it's still there.
Yeah.
And from an investigator and a psychic point of view, it's just horrific. Even without any evidence, it's electric.
Yeah.
So that was good. And then Bran Castle in Romania was quite good. That was very scary.
Yeah.
But to be honest, guys, nowhere tops the UK. I'm telling you, nowhere tops the UK when it comes to activity.
Well, that's because we've got all the medieval stuff, like castles and stuff like that.
We are a very old country now, aren't we?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I agree. And we've got, there's a couple I want to chuck your way to see what you think. I think you'll be impressed with ours, because our place was originally an 18th century hotel, and there's been like 12 publicly recorded deaths on there that's been done violently. But then there's also a history of people, the local newspapers saying ghosts seen in hotel and stuff. So, and then when we fill it with supposedly haunted objects, I think you guys will have a field day in there.
Wow.
Pardon?
Here's a good question for you. This is what I struggle with the paranormal.
Oh, here we go.
No, it's a serious one, though. It's like, when you die, if you died in, say, the 1700s, you didn't speak our English now.
No.
Right? So why would they talk to you in our English now if they was dead in the 1700s? I can't.
Because the language is learnt, isn't it? Yeah? You learn language. So so let's say you've got, this is the spirit world, this is our world. Yeah, and the theory is that they run alongside each other and that they can interact with us as much as they want to. So what's saying that, let's say someone that's been dead since 1700 has then spoken in Old English and now they're speaking quite modern English. Would they not just pick up the new English because they've been at the side of us for the last 300 years? Do you get what I mean? So it's like moving along with the times, isn't it? It's like they're learning new stuff. Maybe.
So their energies would learn that new energy around them. And also, learn to communicate.
The way that we pick up voice, we actually, other than mediums, I'm on about from a paranormal investigator's perspective, they're not hearing that person speak. The equipment's speaking, which we know the equipment's manipulated by sensors and algorithms. And so that's been interpreted just by those feelings and it matches it. So it's not that as well. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of, I get your point, Simon. But it kind of
totally.
And it's like, I caught this voice on when we were in the general cemetery, and I caught this whisper.
Simon can't get all that voice.
Was it an EVP? Was it?
No,
it was a disembodied voice.
Really?
You actually heard it in real time. Yeah,
I heard it, and I did say I hope I caught it on my phone when I was filming. I said, I hope I've caught it. And when I got home,
and you did,
yeah, I got it. But
Excellent.
I didn't. It come as a whisper. It said clear, like in a whisper. But I heard it as plain as day.
Mm.
But where everybody was stood, John.
Yeah.
Everybody was stood. Simon was at the back. Lee was in front of Simon.
Yeah. I were in front.
You were in front of Lee, but we were like a distance away from them because we were on bottom path in General Cemetery. And me and Claire was in front of John. And I were on my scooter and Claire were outside of me. Next minute, Simon shouted, "Did you just hear that?" And Lee shouted, "I heard it."
Yeah.
It said Claire. And then Simon said, "I hope I got it on camera." When he got back to our house, he were itching to get home to listen. And then as soon as he got home, he were like gobsmacked because the Claire, the whisper, comes through so clear. But on Simon's camera, you can actually see where everybody else was because he was behind. So he were filming. He was the last one behind.
You've got to look at the science behind it, though. So let's look at it, right? The theory is that we cannot hear spirits because they operate at a frequency lower than 17 hertz. Yeah. So and we struggle anything near that. So let's say that Simon heard it with his own ears at 18 hertz, which makes it just capable of hearing it. But then your recording equipment can pick up all the way down to 12 hertz. Yeah. So Simon would have heard it as a whisper, but the equipment would have heard it a lot louder. That's why we get a lot more success.
But it did the opposite to me. I heard it as like I'm hearing you now, but on the camera, it came over as a whisper.
Really?
But if you were on your phone, the microphone would have been pointing towards you.
Yeah, towards me.
Yeah.
And if the voice came from where we were, then it would have been opposite from microphone, so it would have been quieter on microphone.
I think the light the light's here and the microphone's here, I think. And
the microphone pointing towards you.
Yeah, I heard it and I went like that. But I heard it like I hear you now. It was plain. But when I come back home, it was like a whisper, a loud whisper.
Yeah.
Well, that's strange because I heard it not as a whisper. And I can't explain it.
I think none of us are never going to know the true.
You're not, are you? No.
We can all have theories on it, can't we? But I don't think any of us will ever be 100% right until we're there. I mean, even as psychic mediums, you can only give what your interpretation of it is. And that's what frustrates me when people say, "I know it's this way, and I know it's got to be this way," because it isn't. We're all wrong. We're all close, but wrong. I think that's the attitude to investigate.
Exactly.
It's just something I can't explain. I just can't.
Got a question in chat. What do people think of dream visitations? I truly believe my sister visited me a couple of months after her passing. But I believe in that. I do believe that we can have visitations from loved ones.
When you're sleeping, don't you?
Well, I think it's to do with, I could answer it more on a neuroscience level than as a medium. What happens is when you go to sleep, I mean, scientists have already been able to prove that when you're in a certain state of sleep, you can access parts of your brain that you don't usually access. Okay. Yeah. We only use 10, 15, 20% of his brain's capacity. But when we go to what's called REM state, REM state, rapid eye movement, scientists have already been able to do brain scans and prove that we explore parts of his brain that we don't usually explore. And so hence are we connecting with spirit, which is a good theory on it. But what you need to prompt yourself is, you never remember any other dream. But when a dead person visits you, you remember it. So there's got to be something there.
Yeah. I mean, for me, John, I had a dream a week before my dad passed, and I dreamt that my dad passed. It wasn't how he passed. Didn't show me how he passed, but I was only 8 at the time. And in my dream, there was a big castle outside our house, and my dad were laid over this like fire pit. I'll go in more. I'm not going on. I've mentioned it before on a live, so I'm not going to go into it.
Yeah.
On the following Saturday, my dad actually passed away on that Saturday, and I feel that I dreamt that because that was. I don't know either his energy or
DQ Paranormal. If you've just come in here to cause trouble, it's a very friendly live stream. Seriously, mate, no one's calling
my lovely.
Yeah, he's a big follower of Mark's.
Yeah, he is a big follower of Mark's.
Yeah.
No one's mentioned any other team in here tonight, mate. So if you're coming looking for trouble, no one is interested. Sorry.
I've sorted it anyway. It's okay. That's absolutely fine. But yes, no.
He comes in to spy and to screenshot because, like, he's always saying he's 100% behind Ghost of Britain and Mark Smith. Well, he can't be 100% behind them if he's watching it. Can you? I think he's...
you know what?
Anyway, Simon.
I think they're just trying to get a rise, and I'll just say that I've left them in the past, and it's done. So.
Yeah, exactly, John. Exactly.
What were you going to ask, Simon? You were going to ask something or tell us something.
Where? Ow,
You were.
Just as Lindsay were asking that question about dreams, you were just about to say something at the same time.
I forgot.
And I talked to you. So yeah, John. How would you? What would you perceive with that one then? You know, like with mine, with that happening. Could that? Because to me, like I said, I think it's just. I thought my personal thought on was it that they were preparing me because I had what would have been ADHD back then, but obviously it didn't come out till later in life. Anything to do with like mental health and stuff. So I didn't know whether that were like spirits way of like making me ready for what would like was showing me what were going to happen. So
now you've mentioned ADHD, I can actually tell you the answer to that because I did when I did my masters, obviously neuroscience, I did a dissertation on people with special needs, ADHD, autism, blah blah blah, and we were able to prove via brain scans that people with autism or ADHD or Asperger's or anything else can access REM state a lot easier than those without this illness. Yeah. So it kind of it shows that people that may have an affliction similar to that will are more likely to be able to pick up spirit. So what you'll find is when you're sleeping, REM state straight away, you had a preconceived vision of something that was going to happen and it came true, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What do you reckon to this?
Oh.
Can I go, Lindsay? Please?
You can go, Simon. I'm not talking. I promise. I won't talk all you. I promise.
Just put a ticket in, Simon.
Just what's the cure for? Right, what doctors made me forget what I was going to say again. Right, I had a picture on my wall on the landing, and it fell off. So I put it back up. And I thought note of it, and then I thought, I'll Google it to see if it's got any meaning. And it says, like, if it's a picture of a family members, which it was my wedding photograph. It says, like, somebody is going to die in your family.
Okay.
And I think about 2 months after, my brother died.
Okay.
He died of an heart attack. Well, I put nothing to it. And then Lindsay and John did an investigation on my ass. And I was telling them the story about the picture. And John and this other team come in, go sunk down. And I was showing John the picture. And I thought John knocked the picture off the wall. And I said to John, did you just knock that? And John said, no, it fell off again. Well, then, subsequently after that, obviously my wife had died.
Of course.
Do you reckon there's any truth in that?
Potentially. It's one of those things where I'd love to believe it was, Simon, but the problem you have with Google, is, the website that Google takes you to, a man has had to write that. Yeah. So that is just the opinion of that person that's written that website. Yeah. But if you was to say, do you believe it, John? 100%, mate.
You know, because I find it a bit strange. I don't know if I do believe it. I want to believe it, but I'm not quite sure. But I ain't putting
Don't put bloody picture back up.
Yeah,
you have quite a few things happen anyway around your house, don't you, Simon? So it
does.
If it was a singular event, I'd probably say not likely. But the fact if you mix it with everything else that you have going on, then very likely, mate. Yeah.
Well, I was on the phone to Lindsay and John about 3 or 4 days ago, was it?
But about 2 days ago when it happened.
And I was in the kitchen, and there was a bit of a bang, and I'm thinking, what is it? And I said to Lindsay, because I didn't think they'd be able to hear it because we was on the phone. And Lindsay said, I heard that bang. And after the phone call, I had to look around the house to see what had fell down. Well, I ain't got no shelves up or anything, so they can't fall down. I've got a mirror above the fireplace. That's still intact.
But some noises though, Simon, in your house are unexplainable. I mean, even you, John, we were sat in Simon's kitchen, and if you go into Simon's house, you like go through the front door and you're straight upstairs. You've got living room, kitchen, and then bathroom. And we were on kitchen, and there's been a shadow figure of, or a small shadow. I'm not going to say a child. I'm just going to say a small shadow that like goes from the door to the bathroom. Now, John was sat in chair in Simon's kitchen just before lockdown, and this shadow appeared, and John saw it with his own eyes, and he was like, I've just seen that shadow.
Right at the corner of my eye.
Yeah.
So one of them that you couldn't, so I'm like, looking, you know, like you do, you go backwards and forwards and side to side on chair, see if you can recreate
and it. Was like, why aren't
I'm saying, Simon, move your arm, see if you...
And yeah, there was nothing, we couldn't explain it because there was nothing. Simon hadn't done any movement. There were no shadow because it was daytime light coming through. And it was, really weird in Simon's house. But it's like visitation.
Have you got any of you guys got a thermal imaging camera at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it might be worth shooting around Simon's house with thermal, see what's picked up like. Because I find it's probably the most. I really love thermal imaging camera because it maps the outline of the body. It can be wrong sometimes. You've got to avoid mirrors and glass and stuff, but maybe definitely worth walking around with thermal, or even a locked off camera.
I might try that next time.
You know what I'd do is get Simon to go live on YouTube and just leave it running all night and see.
I don't want
you
to
that won't be first time, will it, Simon?
No.
Because left YouTube running all night.
Bangs that I get. I was on the lay down on the settee early on, and I was keep hearing these bangs. And I thought, like, where's this bloody noise coming from? And then when I come upstairs to set my webcam up and everything else, I realised that I've left the bloody window open, and I've got blinds.
Yeah,
that's it, innit?
So like,
but again, at least acknowledge
that with the blinds. Now I've shut the window, but like, I sometimes think, well, actually, if it was the blinds, because I did have my bedroom door open, but it sounded like it was coming from the corner of the room where I was trying to get some sleep. So I think
Leah's put, what about using an SLS camera? I'm saying LA.
We did.
We did.
Yes, but I'm saying we did, and we actually caught a figure. We caught a couple of figures, and Simon's caught a couple on his own. And I know with SLS that you have to be careful because it does map things in. But the figure we caught in Simon's had got one leg. It were like, well, one leg and a bit of a leg that like down to kneecap.
Yeah.
And Simon's brother had his leg amputated from knee down.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And we caught that figure, and people commented and were saying, "No, it's the door drum. It's part of." But it actually looked like it were fixing something or doing something at the door, and it was just a tall figure. It had got like a full leg and then half a leg. It was. And like Simon said, his brother did used to go around to house because she'd go and help his mom, you know, like put new locks on doors or change stuff in house, do a bit of DIY. And it really, it did fit. And I do understand everybody, like some saying, well, it could be door drum and it could be railings behind. But it was just so strange that it had got one leg, you know, it was like.
I caught John. I caught this stick figure.
Yeah.
I was listening to the Rolling Stones and listening to music. Because it's boring, isn't it, when you try to do an investigation sometimes. Yeah. So I've got this camera going and I caught this figure. And it looked like it was on the table. So I got my finger like that and I put my finger on its head. And I went like that. I was doing that. And the figure was going up and down.
Really?
Honestly.
Yeah.
But did any of your family have the same musical taste as you, Simon? Like your brother or anyone?
No, I'm the weird one out of the family.
Have you ever heard of the Singapore effect? The
no.
So what you do is you go into an environment that, I mean, let's say that we're in an old police station, yeah, that dates back a couple 100 years. We'd go in and we'd play some music from that time era. So maybe a siren going off or clunking of doors shutting. And the fact it's called air cue. And then what you do is you stop recording, stop playing and bang all your recording devices on, and it usually captures something. And it's because the energy levels that's been brought up by this music that they're attracted to from that timeline. So that's why I'm wondering if any of your family shared music interests with you. Because if you were playing Rolling Stones and then something appeared, was it because someone liked that music and it was creating energy for them?
Well, they used to play a lot of 60s music in the house. Like Motown or... But never like the Doors, like I like the Doors, the Stones, the Kinks.
But if they listened to radio, they would have been played on a radio anyway back in the 60s, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Or would they...
But
that's really interesting.
You want to try it, honestly. You know, when you go to a place, get to try it. It's amazing. You get some right results with it. We've had some right results.
We tried it once. I think. Oh, in fact, I didn't realise it was called that. We've tried it twice at 2 different locations. I think we tried it at Church Fenton when we went to Church Fenton. We tried it there, but we did like a war sound alarm.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm sure Claire Bear were with us on that one. Claire Bear, you'll have to say in chat if you were. I'm sure Claire Bear were with us, and we actually did catch. We had flashy balls going off, but they was doing it when Claire asked a question and she asked them to light. One at balls lit up, and then she said, "Can you light the other one and use a little bit of my energy?" And the other ball started flashing, and then Claire would ask another question and it would answer to the ball that she'd said. Now, obviously, you've got to be careful with flashy balls on where you put them down, and that there's no wind and there's no animals about underneath. But we were inside one at buildings at Church Fenton. It wasn't windy, it was a summer night, but it was really I mean, some of the things we've caught. But again, we try and, like you say, most old teams will look to debunk before you say. And again, I don't think we ever said it's a paranormal thing. We always said we can't explain it and then leave it to everybody into chat to make their own interpretation of it. But no, I mean, I think I caught like an alien thing. I'm telling you, John, it's a flashing light in a tree. We were at... We'd gone to General Cemetery, and John was just setting his vortex up in this thing. And I said to John, I went, "There's a funny light in that tree." Now, I know that in UK, we don't have fire. I know we don't have fireflies in this country. I've never seen a firefly anyway. But, I mean, we've clicked video down, haven't we? I mean, I'm a little bit too far away, but you actually see it. And because there's not enough leaves on tree, you can see this light going in and out at trees, and then it zooms off, and then it comes back. It's definitely not a torchlight. There was definitely no lights coming from the 2 buildings at the side. When we go back, we are going to go and check that there isn't like a street light or something. But you could see
where car lights could reflect on nothing.
No, because the car lights, there is, but it goes down side, and there's a building. It's like a building there and a building there, and the trees in the middle.
I'll send you a clip, John.
But we'll send you a clip.
Definitely.
And
something else you want to try, guys, something I've been working on recently is infrasound. So you know how you get like magnetic fields, EMF, and we know that if we was able to pump EMF into the atmosphere, it'd give a lot more energy for spirits to be able to manifest and stuff. Well, you can use them with infrasound. Now, infrasound's just a frequency. So you get white noise, you get brown noise, you get all these different noise levels. Infrasound's one on its own. And it creates an energy form that the theory is that spirit can communicate. Do you know what's the easiest way to cause infrasound on an investigation? Or in your house? A fan. Do you know
a fan?
Yeah, because it's like you get it from fans, you get it from lots of different things. So if you put a fan, let's say you got a fan that cools you down, and you're doing an investigation, bang one of them on and take some pictures in front of it. Because it creates infrasound.
Wow.
Yeah, and even handheld ones, because anything that's on that noise frequency is created. Because what they can do is they can transform infrasound into actual electrical current. Yeah. And it's obviously called kinetic energy, and it's just given an energy form for spirits to be able to come through. You want to get that trial on that?
Yeah, do you know when you finished your live later, I'll be sat at home with fan on, and I'll be taking, and John's going to be like, "What the fucking hell are you doing at this time of night?"
I'm frozen. Turn that fan off.
I can't stand even in the summertime. I can't have a fan on in the house.
Really?
Yeah, I can't stand that humming. It just goes through me.
That's infrasound. That is it, and it can. What infrasound can do, it can make you hallucinate as well. It's the same as EMF. It can make you hallucinate. It can make you have headaches. It can make you vomit. Everything, and it's because of infrasound. So yeah, Joe bought me an air conditioner for my office last year because I was so hot for my birthday. Because last year I had so much trouble in summer, and I have to do all my readings about it here. So I've got air conditioning now, so I'm lucky.
You're melting. Yeah.
No. Well, you're probably more open to spirit than you realise, then, Simon. If infrasound's affecting you, mate, you're probably more open than you give yourself credit for. But the sceptical part of you won't allow you to be. You get what I mean? It's like
we've said that
you're a natural skeptic, but you might be very open to spirit, and so do you like conflicting with each other?
I just have to question everything. I do. I just have to question things. I don't know why.
I mean,
even
that's the good thing about that's the good part about being an investigator, mate, is being the questioning it all. Yeah, I agree.
You know, I just have to
I mean, one thing I have noticed with Simon as well is what Simon's amazing at doing, and me and John said it last time we were out investigating. You know, when you're out with Simon, when he's asking questions, whether he does it on purpose or he doesn't know he's doing it, but he asks questions that are like out of the box and not the norm. Do you know what I mean? And it's like it is. But it is. I mean, we said that.
We sometimes look at each other and think, where did that come from?
He's just been talking about having a cup of tea when he gets in because he's cold. And next minute, bang, there's a question that comes out, and it's like, where's that just popped out from? Yeah. But the questions that he can ask are like I said, they're just like, you're just not. I'm sitting there thinking, why couldn't I have thought of that? You know? But I mean, but it is. I mean, we enjoy going on investigations with Simon because it's like with all three of us, because we work well together.
You have to go out when it's warm, though. It's not good in cold.
Oh no, it's not good in cold.
I'm not good in cold.
There were a video last year of me and Josh out in snow, and we've got hats on. We've got it's so terrible.
No. See, I can't go out. Big Red won't take me out in snow.
I think of it this way. I look at where I'm going first, and I will look on the internet and I'll read about it. And say it's from the 18th century. I try to put myself in their shoes.
Mm.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
What would they think? What would they ask or whatever? You know, and I put myself in that environment.
Yeah.
It's like with candles and stuff. Simon, I mean, we started taking them out because Simon takes them out, and it's like candles. And Simon will take incense sticks out, and you know, he'll like light them out, like respect to energies around us at that moment or whatever.
It's creating energy, isn't it? You look at when you're burning anything, it's giving off carbon dioxide and a gas energy as well. So you're creating energy for spirits to manipulate. So no, it's a brilliant idea, definitely.
You know, I take candles out of respect.
Mm.
You know, because like when my mother died,
we just have to be careful where we leave them.
Yeah, I bought a tree because I don't believe in flowers, putting flowers at a grave because they just die.
Yes.
So I'd rather plant a tree.
Good attitude. Good attitude.
Yeah.
And you know, I can't say I've always been a spiritual person, even though I wanted to be a spiritual person. I can't masturbate. I can't meditate.
I did. Well, when you said masturbate, I thought, yeah, right. No, I saw you talking about that on one of your live streams.
Yeah, I can't.
The difference is, Simon, there's different types of meditation to look at, right? So you've got certain people just do the Joe Blog standard meditation, which some people can't concentrate on. You can't picture what they're trying to show you because your mind's too active and stuff. There is different types. There's one called mindfulness, and it's absolutely amazing because it don't actually tell you to vision anything. It tells you to kind of manipulate parts of your body. So it'll say, right, I want you to squeeze your knuckles. I want you to tense your arms. And it'll do all that stuff like that for you. So that might be one that'll work with you. I think It's not that it don't work with you. It's that you might not have found the right one.
It's like this breathing, like you're breathing. Now, I've always said it, and I think about it when I do try to sleep at night. Breathe in the positive energy, breathe out the negative energy. But you can't keep it up.
No.
You think, oh, sorry, I'm going to sleep. It's like that really seems to me.
But if you're going to sleep with meditation on, if it's a guided meditation, you still take
your
that in
brain
anyway,
still
Simon.
takes it in anyway.
I can't sleep with music. I can't sleep. I have to be in total darkness and total silence. Like,
well, I'm the opposite. I can't sleep if there isn't something playing in the background.
That's me. I can't, yeah.
Because I was awake.
Not half past 7 in the morning.
I was awake at 6:30 because I could hear the birds.
That were it.
I only had like 2 hours sleep that night. So I didn't get home till 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got home at 2 o'clock. I didn't go to bed till 3. And I think I was up at 5:30.
Okay.
And then I waited.
And then he decided to phone us. I was like, what? It's Simon at this time.
7:30 in the morning. I was bored. I was bored.
What's your opinions on apps?
See, I like the apps, but for me, with the apps, you've got to be very careful because, you know, like we use like Necrophonic and...
we use Necrophonic, Deadwave, Spiritus. A lot of them are made by... go on. I forgot the name now.
But the sound... The
phonic sounds.
The phonic sounds. So they create their own...
We also use on tablet. We also use Afterlife box and Quantum box.
But for me with them is when we're asking a question, it's very hard for everybody will put what they hear. Now, we do get a lot of consistencies coming through in chat to what they're hearing and everything else. But it's like what I've said we need to do is when we ask a question, even though it might come out, because it comes out with a lot of names a lot of time. So even if it comes out with like Mary, John, Margaret, sometimes we ask a question and then you'll get like, sometimes it's the same sounding voice, or it's like one voice and then another. And so we've asked them and it'll go, yes, I am. But it's like, might be like 3 different voices, but it does it so quick that's why we have to listen back after lives because there's so much. Because
I'm compiling a list of them, of the ones that, because what we've done is, right, you know, with the apps, the only way that I know they will work is because they access the gyroscope, the thermal set, all the different sensors that the mobile phone and tablet would have, right? So what you can do is, most of them's Android or based. So what you do is you get the original file, and if you look for a program called APK Extractor, and what it'll do, it'll let you access the code. You don't have to know code to see it. But what you can do is you can see which of these applications are actually trying to access the sensors, and if they're not, then they won't work. Yeah. So
I mean, there's a few that we've used. Yeah, we use Necrophonic and Deadwave a lot. I keep wanting to have a look at this Echo Vox, but it's 20 quid, and do I spend 20 quid on it to try it or?
Do you know, because you've not known anybody.
I've got a copy of it. I'll send you a copy. It's Echo Vox is really good because it's just an echo reverb. So what it'll do is it'll actually take your own voice and any sounds it hears and reverb it all up to try and push out sounds. So it is really good. We've had success. But
I get that.
I used to love Paratech, right? But
I'm not a fan.
But when I did strip down the code, I did find out that it does access the sensors. But to me, it brings up a lot of similarities. A lot, you know.
Yes. See, problem we've got with Paratech is, I mean, to be fair, we've not really give it that much. We only use it for like 10 minutes. We don't have it going all the way around on investigations. We've got Ovulus on, so we have to be careful with Ovulus because sometimes if you've like got that in your hand, you know, the aerials at the top, it will just start spewing words out. So it's got to be somewhere where there's nothing round.
That's affecting
antennas and stuff, and we use that, but with the Paratech for us,
for me, it just comes out with Fear Me and things like that too much. That's
and it's like,
and we had another one. You might have used it, and I thought we used it once, and I thought,
really
wow,
good.
This is amazing. It's like a black screen. It's got a red circle in it, and it gives you these creepy voices. But these sentences that we're giving, that's it. Voice box.
Yeah,
when I first used it, I thought this is amazing. It would give relevant responses out in sense, and then the second time I used it would give exactly the same sentences out, and I'm like, hold on a minute,
this is not good. So we stopped using that one because again, they're not ones. I mean, we know that some of these some of our ETA family that watches, they look paratech. So we do put the paratech on, but it's normally for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes, and then it's switched off, and then it's gone. Because it's just not good enough evidence for us personally to use.
I mean, a lot of people don't. I'm not slating paratech because a lot of people get good responses with it. Amy at Paranormal. Amy at Paranormal MIT has.
But for us, it's just not. It's just not.
Afterlife box is amazing. I love that. And again, because it uses so much code, you can tell it's real. But to be honest with you, I'd class people like ourselves who do like one night, because my main part of my job, is live streaming every night, ghost hunting, whatever. And so we've got to keep things moving fast to keep your viewers interested, right? And so I would class us as ghost hunters. The difference between us and a paranormal investigator is a paranormal investigator will set up their case, do the research, and be there for 15 hours before anything will happen, and use stuff that can't be debunked. And that's the difference between a ghost hunter and a paranormal investigator. And your ghost hunters use these apps because it's giving quick, fast-firing responses.
Quick, fast-firing responses, I mean, we've always said that. I mean, sometimes, because we look at it sometimes, because we've called ourselves ETA Paranormal.
Yeah.
But the paranormal is such a vast field.
And we don't deal with much of it.
We don't go alien hunting, and we don't do UFO sightings yet. We haven't. But we've not ventured out that far. It is that mostly minute. We're ghost hunting most of the time.
Well, paranormal is outside the normal, isn't it?
Well, equipment. See, I don't rate this.
It's a voice recorder, and I suppose it just does its job. I suppose it's. Because what you've got to be careful of, Sam, is you see a lot of these groups out there with these ones that run really slow, right? And they're that sensitive that I could move my arm, right, and make a rustling noise, and it'll sound like a voice. Where that one, you probably won't. It's probably going to be more accurate when you do catch something, mate.
Wait, I catch something.
I mean, we have two.
The next door neighbours swearing. That's how good it is. See, and I thought then.
That's it. Simon don't like it because it does something like one microphones on it pick up from that far away that you might not hear it, but it could be a voice, or if you're in a wood or a cemetery, it could be a dog walker 100 yards away, and that's picked it up, but you haven't heard it.
If each screen had to choose their top 3 ghost hunting equipment, what would you do? So should we start with ETA?
Go on then. Start with mine. Would be that infrared thing. Apps.
Infrared or thermal.
Thermal
camera.
Thermal. It would be. I'm just going to say apps. Mine would be, to be honest, I think for me it would either be, for app wise, it would be Necrophonic and
Deadwave.
No, that other one that John said he uses as well as us.
Afterlife box.
Afterlife box. Them 2, and my third one, my torch. Me torch and me, and to be honest, my third one, I think I would say my gut feeling. That'd be my third one.
For me, it'd be Spirit Box. It'd be my first one. I do like EVPs, I must admit, and I can't really pick a third one because thermal camera, SLS, apps as well. So but for me, I do like Spirit Boxes.
Yeah,
me too. What about you,
Simon?
It's a phone. Your phone is the best piece of equipment you can have.
Yeah.
To me, because like I said, I caught that voice on it. I can't question it. I've tried. So it's the phone. I would say like the spirit boxes as well.
Yeah.
I've done an investigation of Alveston Castle, and I was asking questions into the spirit box. And at the time, I never heard it until I got home and put it in an editor. And I was asking about this woman, and it did come up with a woman's name.
Awesome.
Maria. Now, Maria is not a common name.
It ain't no. It's not something you just randomly hear. Yeah, not like John or
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not common, so like it made me think. So I do like the spirit boxes.
Mm.
I'm not sure if they do work 100%, but like I've caught Nancy on it, which is my mum's name. I caught that off the Afterlife box. And Nancy's not, well, it's probably is a popular name in Wales. But where I live, I wouldn't imagine I'll get local radio and news. So I did get that. So it's that app.
Yeah.
I would say the Afterlife box. I've had a couple of bits.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but some things that have like made me think.
Yeah. I love the Afterlife box. It's one of my favourites.
Yeah.
You know,
it's entertaining for viewers to watch it as well. It's really like, but
I think you need like 2 pieces of equipment like that to go up at the same time.
Agreed.
I mean, I did forget REM pod.
Oh yeah,
REM bears.
Awesome. I've got to. I mean, if I was to do it, it'd be Spirit Box. I've got an old Hack Shack, you know, Radio Shacks. And, I love it. Absolutely love it. It's
12587, is it? Is it 587?
Yeah, the old black thing, you know, with a and it's about 30 years old. And I bought it for £10 back in 2000. and I looked on
you get about 300 quid for it.
And then I love Alice Box. Have you ever used it?
No.
No, it's like a Paratech device, isn't it, on Windows?
Yeah, but I've never seen such an accurate piece of equipment because I've never had it fail. And I know it's an exaggerating statement, but it's never ever seen it be far from what's actual I'm picking up. Alice Box is amazing. Yeah. It's expensive.
We have actually we've used it once because we've got a 30-day free trial.
Well, that's what I do, mate. I won't pay for it. I keep wiping my tablet every 30 days. and then so it's going to be Spirit Box.
I put that in it, the Spirit Box.
Mate, I think that's an epic idea.
I put it in the tin. I've drilled a hole in it so it goes through my mic, and I do like private sessions on my own.
Fair play to you, man. I respect that because you're creating what's it called?
Faraday cage.
Yeah, Faraday cage. And I agree, definitely. And I love thermal. It's got to be my favourite piece of equipment there is.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting loads because it's Vortex.
I know it's Vortex. I love my Vortex. I love doing Vortex. Do you know, when we do that, I could sit and watch that all night. I'll tell you what, we're strange though, John. Let's see what your take on this is. Simon and John, in fact, one of these two is going to have to explain it, was on a phone call.
Oh, we're on a Skype call one night. I think we'd been live, and after we're live, we decided to Skype each other. So we got Skype on computers, and Simon was messing about with settings, and he saw that he do closed captions, so it's like auto speech recognition. And we're talking, and then Simon says, "Why did you say that?" And I said, "What?" And he said, "You love me." I said, "I didn't say I love you."
But
it says, on my things, it says, "I love you." No, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
It was just after Simon's wife had passed.
And then
we were talking. Yeah. And then we were talking, and they had a dog together, and it came up with Walking Pinky.
But nobody said Pinky. Simon
their
did
dog
say
was called Pink. He did say Pink, but he didn't say walking. But it came up Walking Pinky.
Isn't closed captions exactly the same as stuff like Alice Box, Paratech? And it's just really, so I've started using guys this. Well, I've only bought it recently. But if you've ever seen one before, they're called the DJI Osmo. And basically, it's a 4K camcorder, but it's got a built-in gimbal with it. So it's all stable and stuff. But because it's 4K frames a second, and I've put a lens on it now that allows me to put a UV light in front of it so I can film in night vision. And I tell you what, because it's such high quality, I'm open to capture some amazing stuff. It weren't cheap. Don't get me wrong; it was very expensive. If you look at it, and then I use one for ghost hunting as well. I use this for my phone when I'm going live to do it.
That's what we've got.
That's DJI Mobile 3 or something.
That's the one. But this is DJI.
We've got that one.
Pocket, and it's amazing, mate. Honestly, it's better than any DSLR out there. But because I've been able to convert it to night vision, it's proper.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to pay something like $4.99 with it and all the accessories and that. But when it's your job, you can write the money off.
It's worth it though, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. But I love it. So, but I think if you get some good imaging equipment, that's when you're going to capture a lot of stuff. Like James says, it's like your phone. It's got the camera. It's got the audio recorder. It's got everything on it.
Yeah. These phones now are absolutely brilliant for capturing evidence.
I'm just keeping an eye on time for you, John.
Yeah.
I know. I'm all right for 5 minutes, mate.
It's been trying to go a lot. I've been getting notifications all day and then catching you live and you're not live. I've given up.
I tell you what it is, though.
It's really hard,
isn't it? When you like do a test to see if it's set up, it creates a live stream advertisement on your YouTube.
Yeah.
I love it.
But no, I love equipment that's out there that we can capture stuff on. And I mean, Dino said earlier in comments, what's one of our places where we've actually caught more evidence or thing. And I've got to say, for us, it's got to be, I would say, General Cemetery's one in Sheffield. And
what's it called? Is that the one where that vicar dug bones up and?
No, that's Ward's End. That
one. Yeah, no. General Cemetery's further up.
So it's another one that's closed down. There's two in Sheffield.
But it's open. And there's that one. And I would say it would be like all around Ecky Woods and that way. But John did go to, he never found them, but caves, Anston Caves, is it?
Oh, yeah, I went to Anston Woods.
On his own.
On my own.
And
I was looking for that cave, and I can't find it anyway.
Yeah, I live a mile away from Anston Woods.
There.
Right. Well,
I did it on
he did it on
Halloween last year.
On his own. He went on his own, I'm shitting it. And then he jumps down this ledge.
The woods are more haunted than that.
Well, it's funny because...
It's a haunted place.
Yeah. Well, it's really funny. And again, I'll get him to crop video for you and send it you. Because he were walking through woods and I don't know whether it were blowing vape at one point. And you see a black full figure jump from one side of the path through the vape to the other. John never saw it, and it were only when you come home and people were putting in chat, what were that? What were that? But you can see this full figure just it like comes from bottom and starts foaming, and then it's just gone straight away. As he turns round and he's walking back, he could see like about 5 lights in front of him, like torch lights. So he like stopped.
I was getting panicking because it's where you come through woods and it opens out onto fields as you're coming back out.
That's right, yeah.
And I thought, I don't know why I got it made, but I expected, you know, like when they have it in America, they have them trucks with all lights on top, the pickup trucks, and I expected these gangs of lads in these 2 pickup trucks waiting to kick me head in this. I'm like, oh my God, here we go.
So, but he started walking towards him, and as he got close to him, he stopped at this path. He turned back round, and they'd gone further away. And he said, oh, sod it. On camera, he went, oh, sod it, I'm just going to walk. And he carried on walking, and these lights just disappeared. But it was so weird how they actually did look like torch lights that they were from people, but there was literally nobody out there.
Yeah,
you know, and it was just crazy.
Yeah. It's got lots of history, guys. That has. It's very well known. Being haunted. I'll tell you what. I'll take you lot. I'll take you to Fear Factory. Have you ever seen me do that one?
I think we have seen Fear. Yes, we have seen Fear Factory.
The Fear Factory or the Beer Factory.
Look, he's smiling now.
Yeah, I've had more evidence caught there than anywhere, and I've always claimed that people overrate demonics. You know, they say that they're everywhere. I've only ever seen 3 in my entire career, and 1 is there. And there were a load of devil. We walked in one night, and there were a load of devil worshippers all sacrificing animals in there. We were live streaming at the time as well, so we got caught. And then you see us on camera legging it while they're chasing us. We get in his car, sped off, and there's these people in these robes chasing us down the street. It was something like off a TV film. Wow. And then we went back in the night after, and there are all these sacrificed animals there, and all these, and there are demonic summoning board there. And it was just, oh God, I'll tell you, so you'll love it.
As long as I don't have to run.
I mean, I only went to Anston Woods that night. I were going to 9 Ladies.
Yeah.
But it turned out, and I didn't realise until we looked on the internet, they got some Wiccan or pagan festival happening because it was Halloween.
Yeah.
35th, so they got. So I thought, I ain't going there. It'd been me that being chased by elk robes because
it is a weird place. Though,
See, I can't get to that. Yeah, I can't get to 9 Ladies. So that one, they're gonna have to go without me to that because there's no way my scooter's gonna go down paths and lifting. I mean, it's not the lightest machine to carry.
It's about half a mile walk to a mile walk before you get to it.
Yeah.
Through fields.
Is it
that'd be too far.
Is that what 9 Ladies is?
No, it's
just these stones.
Stone circle.
Stonehenge. You know,
you're the Chesterfield way, aren't you?
And then,
yeah, it's out Derbyshire. It's in Derbyshire somewhere.
Yeah, because we did. There's a place in Chesterfield that you guys have probably not been to, which is amazing. It's like a load of old factories that shut down, and they're amazing. And there's no windows or doors on them or anything. And you'd probably like that. I'll send you details across. So I'm going to shoot off, guys.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
We'll be joining you.
We shall be joining you in a bit.
Just before you go, just what's happening on your live tonight, John?
Well, because me and Joe always are out every night in haunted locations, like investigating what's there. Because we're both psychic mediums, we never get to pick up spirits for ourselves, and we never get to see what's in our own home, which we don't think there is. Well, we think it's family and stuff. But what we're going to do tonight is do an investigation in our house where to see who is around us, what they've got to say. And we're going to use some of the scientific stuff and traditional mediumship stuff and see what happens. Last time it was very personal, so it come through and it was amazing. So let's see what happens.
Fantastic. Well, we'll be there at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So you best be, because you're bothering for me.
You can't trust that bloody Ben Butterworth, can you? He never turns up.
No. Bless you. But no, it's been great talking to you all, yeah? And,
thank you, John, for joining. And go and get a coffee before you start. And I hope Joe feels better as well for live.
Yeah, send all up to Joe.
So, hopefully she'll be better.
I've got no one to make my tea. No, I'm not drinking a beer.
I love the idea of a gossip channel, by the way.
Did you like that?
I did, mate.
Yeah,
it's like, I don't care if I'm right or wrong, it's just gossip.
Gossip. You know, somebody do right or wrong. Gossip's gossip, isn't it?
You've got to do work. You've got to be my PR man next time, and that's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, PR man. Although you did mention that we're not going to say out, but I did slip up last night myself. But,
that's not like you, Simon.
That's not like you.
No.
I love the honesty of it. I love the honesty. And, if people don't like it, it's on them.
Yeah,
exactly. Exactly.
Don't change who you are, Simon. Don't change me.
No, I'm not going to. Don't expect me. When I go out and investigate quite serious, which I am, and I do like
we do
a bit of comedy to it, but I think it's disrespectful, and that's the way I am. But when I do my own GS Paranormal YouTube channel,
it's different, isn't it?
Yeah, I just like to talk about things in life.
What's wrong with that?
And if people can't hack it, then that's their problem, not my problem.
I love you, Simon.
Don't change who you are. You're doing well, mate. Definitely.
It's not my problem. It's their problem.
Exactly.
When they can't handle it, then they shouldn't watch.
Exactly. That's it, mate. They know we're doing it, don't they?
We adults. We've all been.
We are adults.
And we've all had a few kickings in it, like at school at times. We're grown adults, for God's sake.
Yeah, agreed.
So I'm not going to care what I think because I've upset somebody. I can't help but upset them. I don't really mean to, but it's their problem, not mine.
But it's like I said to you. If I think the line is drawn as a review channel, if I don't know if that's what you class yourself as, but when you do your YouTube as a review channel, if I mess up, I'm going to expect someone to review me. Yeah. But it's not like you're going personal, is it? You're not being personal with people. You're not saying like some of the stuff that's been brought out recently is very personal from other, but you're not doing that. You're just giving a review.
But that's the difference, though. Do you know that's the difference, John? A review channel on the paranormal
should you review investigation?
Is a reviewing is reviewing a team
or an
investigation, how they investigate and everything else. But the line draws one's personal things come in that are nothing to do with the paranormal. That's a private life.
Yeah, it's like
people.
Let's Simon was to go live about me and say, look, I didn't like the way John did that EVP session because you clearly see him whispering into the EVP. Or if it, then that's about the way I'm investigating. But then if a channel comes on and says, you know, about John's Sixth Sense is
that's completely different.
Years ago, he once got arrested, and I've heard he's into drugs. It's like, for God's sake, people don't want to hear this. It's personal stuff. Just stick to what you.
Well, it's personal stuff, and we were all young. We all did silly things. We all made mistakes.
Totally agree.
You know, but like you said. A review channel should be critique, not a personal attack. Exactly, Morgan. Exactly.
Totally agree.
But
I did that review on you. Well, I didn't really do it on you. I did it more on Ghost of Britain and Mark Smith because of like. But it was just a review.
Yeah. It were a review. You didn't do personal with that.
You know, as such, even though it may. I probably sounded as though I was personally attacking, but that's my sense of humour. And I did say in it, you know, that you was in it, and I didn't know why you got involved with them. But, you know, it was just my honest review. And
mate, you live and learn, don't you? You live and learn. We'll go through an education period in life, and we'll learn what to and not to do. And I suppose that's just a step that everyone has to go through.
It's part of life, isn't it, John? You know, it's like you say, the learning curves. Life's to be learned. Every day is a new day, and there's new lessons to learn every day. And that's how everybody goes through life.
Nobody's making these videos.
Everybody's shit smells the same.
Oh, mine don't.
Mine smells of roses. Mine. Oh dear! Right, I'm going for a cup of tea.
Gotta go now, guys, because I've got to go and get.
Yeah, no worries, John. We'll shut down about 25 minutes. Take care, mate.
My lovely. See you in a bit. Bye. I'll let John take himself out. Yeah. Are you going to make yourself a cup of tea?
Yeah. I ain't got no one to make my tea, Lindsay. I've got no.
I feel so sorry.
What about Ghost? Won't Ghost make you one?
No. Well, then we'll give it.
Bring your kettle upstairs. Well, do you know, that were absolutely lovely, that conversation. Really enjoyed John coming on and talking about different apps and new ways to...
we'll go make a cup of tea.
You go and make a cup of tea. Go on, piss off.
Go on, Grandad.
Yeah. But I love it when... when a paranormal team comes on, and especially like John, that's been in this field for many, many years, do you know, and he comes on and he can share knowledge with us that we're still like learning bits. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just think it's absolutely fantastic. I think it's amazing that they take time out to talk about just the different aspects in paranormal. And again, like John says, places he's been to investigate. Oh my God, I could only dream of going, because I mean, I won't fly in. I won't get on a plane and fly. So there's no way I'm leaving country on a plane. But yeah, it's been really interesting discussion, and definitely gives some new outlooks and ideas on things. It really does. It does give some really good things. Lindsay, how many strikes is that now? I have lost count. I haven't been swearing that much. But no, so yeah, so
No,
I mean,
but
we are
yeah,
going to
but-
be going over. I mean, we will be coming off our live about 5 to
Well, about 10 o'clock.
about 10 o'clock, because obviously we are going to go across, because I'm so interested in what's happening in John's home. And you know what I love is the fact, I mean, I might do it, but I might do it off camera, because like John said, quite a few personal things come out at Spirit Box.
Yeah.
But one night I might do that and see whether, like, get my dad's photo out and a couple of photos out of albums, and like you said, play old music that they used to like, put my fan on and get my camera out and start snapping and just see what we get. And then if we do pick up anything, we will film it and we would share that out after, like I said. Depends if I'm a blubbering mess by end of it, especially if loved ones come through. But no, it's been really good.
Yeah.
You can't correct your mistakes. You learn and get better at what you do if someone doesn't tell you. Exactly, Bill. Exactly.
Right.
That's what the community should be like. No need for playground rubbish.
And I
Exactly.
expect anybody, if they think we're doing something wrong in his investigations, to tell
definitely.
us.
I mean, we'd expect, to be honest, we'd expect you lot in chat to turn round and say,
Nah, that's rubbish.
That's rubbish. That pull it together. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, we this is why we do as live videos, though, as instead of doing pre-recording. Just because I counted 9 strikes, maybe it's 20. Stop grassing on me, Baz. But
we do Paranormal Talk Radio. We do have quite a
it
has its ups and downs, but
in community,
but mainly
but in our little ETA community, we've got such a lovely community, and we can't thank our moderators enough, and the I call them ETA family, our members that come in. His boat kettle, I know he would. I can't thank our members enough, because they respect us enough that they don't do drama in chat. Paranormal Talk Radio. They don't. No worries, my lovely. They don't. If somebody puts maybe an odd negative comment in, nobody jumps on that negative comment. It's just left moderators remove it, and that's it. Everybody just continues doing what we're doing.
I have no problem. And then if we're at an investigation, I have no problem at all. If somebody comes on Spirit Box and I say, "Oh, I heard such and such," and everyone goes, "Yeah," and then somebody goes, "No, that's rubbish. I didn't hear that." Then I expect somebody to say, "No, it weren't that." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But again, for me, I think it's how you word things. Respect is such a big, a big thing for me. And I just think that even because when people put comments in, you can't tell.
I'm just jealous of you two having your headphones on.
Because I've got no air. My ears are cold.
Not to drive me easy out.
They're earmuffs. They're not here. I need some new earphones. Look at these.
I know yours are going, aren't they? But yeah, I think. But I do think that the respect.
I've got the bloody kettle up. That's one bloody.
Make your cup of tea. I do think that the respect shown speaks volumes for everybody in ETA, and again, like. How we all help each other as well. I just think it's just an amazing thing. Evening, Tony, my lovely. DJ Simon, hit the music, mate.
Yeah.
Are you reading Tony's comment?
I can see it, DJ Simon. That's spoiling the video. I'm making weird headphones.
Dear.
You messed your hair up now.
That's all.
I know. Look at that. We're all nice and neat.
I told it yesterday.
But I do think that respect in channel, because when people put messages, we always do it ourselves when we're messaging people, and it's trying to word it properly, that if I don't agree with something, I don't have to come out and just say that's fake or that's shit or that's wrong or whatever. I could just put I'm not sure whether I believe that, which would be better than coming out with that.
Yeah, but the thing is with me is, I've always said it with text and in chat. When people type stuff, you can't see the emotion behind it. So it all depends how you're reading it. Because the same sentence could come out 2 different ways depending how you read it. 3 different, 4 different ways.
It could, but that's why if you always if you leave like a smiley, well, no, but I mean, we've got emojis that we can use. You can leave a smiley emoji afterwards, or you could leave an angry face if you were angry at something. You know, there's all different ways that we can work in chat to make sure it doesn't come across.
You have to remember,
way.
though, that the kind of people attracted to a channel is generally dictated by the content of that channel. And to me, that speaks volumes about the content you guys provide. Well, thank you, Steve.
And Claire's put ETA after best mods ever. No bias. But no, I think, like you say, I think it's got to be, I'm ignoring you, Baz. It's got to be, for me, trust and respect and truth. I think they're the 3 main things for you. What, Simon?
Because we trust you.
Yeah. No, yeah, but Simon, I trust you.
The social media disaster.
Yes, but Simon, seriously, I would trust you with my life. I would trust you.
We'll trust him with life.
I trust Simon with my life. But the thing is, Simon, it's like you said, we might not have got on in past, but we didn't know each other. We didn't talk to each other. We didn't know. Do you know?
We had an opinion of each other.
We all had opinions on it.
I never had a problem with you.
No, we all had opinions.
And you said what you thought.
Yeah,
and respect what you said.
Yes, but also, once we actually spoke with each other and met, I've lost a bloody nail. Once we actually spoke to each other and met up,
still don't have my nails done.
All that sort of like, it just went from nothing. Do you know what? I mean, it just went away, because when we met up, we could see how genuine a person you was, and that respect level.
Nobody knows until they meet you face to face.
Yeah, that's so true.
How many times have you in a pub, in a crowded room, in a restaurant, or wherever, and you look at somebody and you take a distance, dislike them?
You do.
You haven't said hello to them. You've not spoke to them. You just looked at them and just instantly disliked that person.
Dislike, yeah. And you don't even that, but then again, it's like you say, we don't even know them. They could be nicest people.
Yeah, nicest people.
Yeah, and
someone trusts Simon with them Jaffa cakes, apparently.
I know he's still not eating them. Simon, have you eaten them?
I'm still not eating them.
Did you do your challenge with him?
No, I just I bought them just to wind John up, and then
thank you, Amy. I trust you too, my lovely.
I felt a bit petty for that one.
But you can't just eat one, can you?
You can't just eat one Jaffa cake.
No.
And you don't want to eat 19 or 20 either.
No, dear John.
No.
I felt sick after, like, how many's in them?
You felt sick after eating a few. John at 19.
20. 20.
Actually, at 20, but you've passed on 19. Simon, Julie says you've got to do challenge.
Look how many mine got in. Can you see that?
24.
Oh.
Hey.
We got robbed.
We got 20 and 18. I'm getting them from Derby next time.
Julie says, Simon, you've got to do the challenge.
I'm doing no challenge.
Morgan would eat them all. Morgan, we did on live other day. We did 2 challenges, and John had to eat
3 actually.
Well, you did
because I did one twice.
Yeah. He had to eat 3 Jacob's cream crackers, dry, no drinking allowed, 3 in 1 minute, and he did it in 1 minute 15 seconds. And then we went on and he did the Jaffa cake challenge. Can't get the words out.
Where how many you can eat in 3 minutes?
Yeah, and John managed to eat 19 and 20. He just the timer went up while he'd still got some in his mouth, so we couldn't count the last one.
I still won that. I did say 20. And he did put the 20th one in his mouth, and he was
20th one was in my mouth, but I didn't swallow it.
Yeah, no. Well, you did. You didn't spit it out.
No, I mean not in the 3 minutes. I didn't.
Yeah, but
and then he felt so sick, Morgan. He had a sugar rush.
You're still eating.
I still ate it. I still ate it.
He had a sugar rush.
I've got some left because I bought like 2 twin packs. I only managed to eat 1 twin pack. There's still 2 other packets. They're still on top of the fridge.
But he's not doing that again.
I can't eat them.
Because
sugar
rush from 20 Jaffa cakes is not a good sugar rush, is it, love? No. So so that. I
haven't gone off them. But I just don't fancy them at the minute.
But we are looking at some other challenges to do.
I'm not allowed to do cinnamon challenge.
No, cinnamon challenge is out. But you're going to do the 3 donuts without licking your lips.
I'm never going to lose weight, me.
Jaffaholic, exactly, Tony. I'm sat here and I'm watching it and I'm thinking he's not going to do it. He's not going to. I need to get down that 1 box, and then he went off camera and he went, "I'm having a sugar rush," and then he come and sat back down next to us, and but you did it, didn't you?
Hot dog. What's hot dog challenge?
Oh, that Julie? Isn't that where you have to get the hot dog and like suck it down in one?
That ain't going to happen.
Marshmallow challenge, that's one, Julie. Eat a fruit
challenge.
Which? Hot dog sausage?
Yeah, he can suck it down in one.
Oh, bless Clive. I love Clive. But I don't think I could do it. I think I'd.
I want to have a go at that creme caramel one.
What's that one?
Them creme caramels are like mousse type things, aren't they? And you like put it on a plate and you have to eat up in one that. They all break up in your mouth and it's.
Yeah, but I'm frightened of choking. Chubby Bunny, I think it is in marshmallows. Now, Rachel says you can help her do a garden once this is over, and you'll lose weight because she's cream crackered today. Get the pun, cream crackers.
Yeah, cream crackers. I had cream crackers. I haven't had any Jacob's cream crackers since that day either.
No. We will be live either tomorrow. Well, what we're going to do is tomorrow.
One of us will be live.
One of us is going to go live.
Either Simon will go live. If Simon's not going live, then we will go live.
Yes. And then we'll be live Monday as normal for Monday catch up time and to talk about Corona not just talk about Corona, but how everybody's coping and how everybody's feeling, and if anybody needs any extra support by other people and by us. We do that on a Monday. Tuesday is Tuesday chit chat Tuesday. So we will be doing chit chat Tuesday. Chit chat. Wednesday, I'm going to do tarot readings in afternoon, about 2:00ish, I think. And then I'm not sure whether we'll be live Wednesday night. Then we might have a night off Wednesday night. Thursday, we'll be back on.
No, that'll be Wednesday night to do tarots.
Oh, do I do? I might do tarots Wednesday night then instead.
Oh, yeah. You should Tuesday chit chat and then be Wednesday tarots, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, so we won't be having Wednesday off then, would we?
Well, no, not technically, but yeah. And then we'll try and do some with equipment in house, I think. Might get Robot out Thursday or Friday and get Robot out and Rembears and just see whether we can pick out anything up in our house. Love creme caramel. I don't like
Take care, Morgan.
Take care, my lovely Morgan. And hopefully we'll see you in John's later. We need some Jaffros in the
You what, Simon?
I think you would catch something in your house, because if you believe spirits come in visitation, right, and the area you live in, Craig, you don't know if one of your neighbours' houses is haunted or not, do you?
You do. I mean, to be honest, there's a lady that used to live opposite us, and she used to see an elderly lady. And the elderly lady used to come and sit on the bed next to her husband, next to Nigel. It never come near her. It always went to Nigel. So we're not sure whether that might have been one of Nigel's relatives I
thought Swap Shop used to be Saturday mornings.
It did, didn't it?
I don't know.
Gary's put Thursday Swap Shop night.
Oh, I don't know.
Check me.
And then, but like in here, in our house, we have seen shadows. Daughter's boyfriend, when she was living at home, he saw a shadow. I don't know whether it were a shadow or the outline of a man stood watching him. But we have been, we once went to a spiritualist church, and I had a reading that night, and this lady was talking to me, and she said, your daughter sees, did she say my dad or a figure?
I I
can't remember whether she said your daughter sees your dad, or whether your daughter sees something. And that night when we walked back through the door, Jordan turned around and she went, I thought you'd already come in. And I went, no. I says, we've just walked in. She went, I've just seen somebody walk into the kitchen. And she went, why? And Jordan's like a not believer in this at all, is she? And she were adamant that we'd already been in and out 5 minutes and we'd walked into the kitchen. So I do think that, like you said, Simon, I think things do come in visitation to us. I do believe that energies that cross over do come back and visit.
Take care, Julie. Take
care, Julie, my lovely. I've also got a photo of my daughter, and it looks spitting image of my dad in top corner. I am actually going to send that to John and just see what John's take of that is, because that's really weird. In fact, I'll send it to Tony as well. Spirits are everywhere. My house isn't haunted, but if I tune into the spirit world, amazing what comes through. A lot of stuff I caught on camera. Frequency helps. It raises the vibrations. Yes. Well, we're going to try that, Tony, because John, I don't know whether you were on when John was saying it.
Have you used infrasound? Infrasound,
Tony? I mean, we nearly finished. Otherwise, we could have brought Tony on. But unless he wants to pop on for 5, it's up to him.
I'm saying it's ETA swap shop night.
See the auto correct. But yeah, I think we're going to try doing that. But I think, like I said earlier, I think what we're going to do is I might do it Wednesday night and try frequency sounds and stuff when I'm trying to communicate with family. Yeah, infrasound is a good one.
Rachel's got a fan on now. Bless you, Rachel.
I might try it in this room and see what I get. I've got
you see, the thing is, you've got fans on computer, haven't you? So they'll begin up infrasound.
Yeah, I mean, there is this fan. When you think about it, there's fans all the way around the house in different devices that you use, I suppose. But yeah, I think that's what we might try that on Wednesday. But we'll do it as I think we'll just set it up as a private, just like a video for us. We will pre-record that one, just because I don't know what will come through, and I don't know how either one of us would react to it coming through. Do you know? So that one, but we will, if we do capture anything. And I'm not blubbering in tears, we will put that up on screen and up on like a premiere. Do like a premiere night with that one. 963 hertz is a good one. So you can find that though, can't you? Yeah. So that's good. We'll try that on Wednesday, Tony, and I'll let you know the outcome of it. Even cooling ones in your mobiles. Exactly, Penny. I mean, that could be one of the reasons why a lot of things maybe get cut from mobile phones and stuff. But yeah. But I think we are going to end our live, my lovelies.
Yep.
And I'd like to thank John for joining us from Sixth Sense Paranormal.
John Sixth Sense, where spirit meets science.
Yeah, I can call it John Sixth Sense Paranormal. Simon from GS Paranormal. Please pop over and see Simon's and John's. Obviously, everybody's on John's anyway. Also, pop over to see Tony, because Tony's caught some absolutely amazing. And again, I don't think Tony uses many tools and stuff. I think Tony's more
cameraman. It's just
cameraman. Yeah, it's au naturel with Tony.
Really, from equipment.
Yes, yeah, but he doesn't use like the apps and things.
No, most of the evidence is caught literally from camera.
Yeah, which is really interesting. So. Yeah. Definitely. So yeah, Tony's definitely one to check out. And also I know Tony and Paul, they do their own podcast type thing. Tony, I don't know if you want to say what night you do that on each chat. If you want to pop it in what night you're on. I don't know whether it were a Monday night.
Monday night, I think it is.
I thought it were a
Monday. Does it?
Yeah. I thought it were a Monday night about 9 o'clock, weren't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that, yeah. I will post it in group anyway and let everybody see for themselves. But yeah, so anything you want to say, Simon, before we leave?
No, I'll go to bed in a bit.
You're going to bed?
Well, I'll probably have a game of pug and then go to bed.
You can have our pug.
You can have FIFA. Oh, look at us, you're getting your dirty looks now.
I'm addicted to gaming now.
You'll be buying a PS4 next, Simon.
I've got an Xbox 360, but I don't want to buy that thing where you have to go online.
Yeah. It's expensive.
Pay all that
It's about 49 quid.
Yeah, you pay all your money for your Xbox, and then the cheek of it, they charge.
I know, then you've got to charge you again. Yeah.
So you got your internet charge, you know, another charge, like a license fee to play your games.
Yeah.
With a computer, to me, it's all in one.
Yeah.
Well, it is, isn't it? I used to like playing that Simon game on.
Simon Says.
No, it's not Simon Says. Is it? That Simon Magician.
Oh no, yeah. I thought you meant that Simon.
No,
that called Simon. That one that had lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Simon. No, but there's one that you can play online on your computer, and it's called Simon, and he's like a wizard. And you have to do all different things. It's a really good game. Right then, other game machines are available. Yes.
Yeah. Right. You stay there, Simon.
You stay where you are a minute, and we shall see everybody tomorrow.
After you call me granddad. After you call me granddad, you still want to talk to me.
And we shall see you all soon. Yep. Thank you for joining tonight.
We'll either be live tomorrow night or Simon will live on his channel. We're not sure yet. We shall see.
We will post and let you all know.
Take care, guys.
Drink for tomorrow night.
No.
I know. Good night.
God bless.